How effective is COVID vaccination? The VIN WIN cohort study attempted to answer this question. In a cohort study, one of the groups is vaccinated and outcomes are assessed after a certain duration. These can be fresh infections, hospitalizations, deaths, or disease transmission. The VIN WIN study, published in the COVID supplement issue of Medical Journal Armed Forces India, analyzed surveillance data of Indian Armed Forces personnel vaccinated with Covishield for infections and deaths. At 1.59 million, this is perhaps the largest study of vaccine effectiveness worldwide. The vaccination drive in the armed forces commenced on 16 Jan 2021 and data till 30th May 2021 was studied. The individuals transitioned from unvaccinated to partially vaccinated to fully vaccinated states, naturally forming three groups and serving as their own internal comparison. Starting as unvaccinated, individuals were considered partially and fully vaccinated 2 weeks after the first and second dose respectively. Data was censored either on testing COVID positive or on 30th May 2021. Population at risk was defined in terms of person days, as each individual stayed in the three pools for varying duration. Thus, 100 person days could mean 1 person for 100 days or 10 persons for 10 days. We first measured crude incidence rates of infections and deaths in the three groups. Crude incidence rate ratios for partially and fully vaccinated were then calculated. Vaccine effectiveness was defined as 1 minus incidence rate ratio. Data was analyzed using Python software. We corrected for all the three parameters, accounting for the changing force of the pandemic second wave and the changing composition of the three groups on a daily basis. We studied the cohort of 1.59 million for 135 days. They were predominantly male with a mean age of 27.6 years. The mean duration between two doses of vaccine was 31 days. The unvaccinated, partially vaccinated, and fully vaccinated populations at risk amounted to 106.6 million, 49.7 million, and 58.7 million person days respectively. By 30th May 2021, 95.3% of the cohort was at least partially vaccinated and 82.2% was fully vaccinated. The fully vaccinated showed 2,512 infections and only 7 deaths. The median time to breakthrough infections was 31 days. The corrected incidence rates, when adjusted for the second wave, showed a dramatic reduction from 512 to 25 cases per million. Covishield reduced the incidence of fresh infections by 93% and of deaths by 98%. This is possibly the largest study to assess vaccine effectiveness. The cohort represented the ethnic heterogeneity of India. There was negligible vaccine refusal, and it also captured the impact of surging second wave. The study did not include children or the elderly and comprised a predominantly male population. We did not assess the effect of previous COVID infection. Due to very few deaths in the vaccinated groups, the confidence intervals were wide. The VIN WIN cohort study showed that Covishield vaccination reduced infections by 93% and deaths by 98%. It reiterates the message, get vaccinated, stay safe. टीका लगवाएं, सुरक्षित रहें.